Yeah, all right. Because I'm playing an open E tuning that was Don't Stay Out All Night by Billy Boy Arnold. I'm here in Chicago right now, and guess what day it is? The mayor proclaimed today the first of an annual Billy Boy Arnold Day here in Chicago, and how appropriate and how cool. So we're talking about his early singles featuring Jody Williams and Syl Johnson, and how amazing the guitar parts are and how amazing the songs are. And of course, I'm a huge Billy Boy fan, and if you listen to his early singles, every one of them is just has some special magic to it. They're just magic. It's like the early Earl Hooker singles for me. They're filled with the joy of life, and they're filled with all this inventive guitar playing. It's challenging a little bit to play these licks that seem so, you know, underneath your fingers automatically in standard tuning, and play some of that stuff in open E, but it is doable, and I'm trying to do it here. Was that perfect? No, but I love all the little hooks in these songs. So I started out with Don't Stay Out All Night from 1955. It goes, now stuff like that, it actually is easier in open E or open D. We're in open E, and I'm playing in the key of D. Got it? So I'm not playing here in the 12th fret, I'm playing on the 10th fret. So that's a D chord. And tuning wise, I'm E, B, E, G sharp, B, E is E chord. And I guess Bo Diddley taught it to him. Of course, we all know the history and the connection between Bo Diddley and Billy Boy Arnold. It's all in that book by Kim Field, The Blues Dream of Billy Boy Arnold. It's incredible the way he tells the story of that led to Billy Boy's being on Vee Jay instead of Chess, which was kind of a disappointment to him, but it was a hit, and it changed his life forever for the better. So anyway, I like the way the band goes doom da dum da dum. And then instead of this that you do, where you bend on the 12th fret, for example, up to that, you can't do that in open E, right? You got to use your second finger and bend on one fret up on the 11th fret and do it like that. And it's actually easier. And then you got to sort of slip sideways down just a little bit to go 11, bend it, unbend it. I know you guys are like, you are such a pain. I don't want to do this in open E. I know, I can hear you saying it, and I don't blame you. Like, for example, the ninth chord, this ninth chord that's your friend here. No, you got to do it this way. You got to do it 12, 12, 11 on E, B, and G. One thing that really knocks me out is that there's lead guitar all through this whole thing while he's singing. It's like, well, I brought you to Chicago and I made you fine. Telling everybody I'm losing my mind. He's going, yeah, it does sound kind of different, doesn't it? Versus the tip. I'm going to go back to standard tuning in just a second. And this is cool. You can do this twice. But look how good it goes. These there's another good one, and then I'll let it go. Just do that with one finger. Your third finger is probably the best way to do it. Then you got to play the bottom of a ninth chord because he ends with that chord. That's the 7th and 8th on the A and D strings. That's what he goes, well, you're always telling me a minute man you can get. Take your man and leave me quick. I don't want no woman likes to run around. I don't want no woman want to stay out all night long. song, and here's the greatest turnaround of all time. Whoa. And the best like real lesson you can get through this, I mean, if you're not going to go do it in open E, is the dynamics. Because he keeps playing the whole time, but he's never stepping on Billy Boy or the harp. And lots of times the harp is playing the solo and he's going too. The harp's going ba-bom, ba-bom, and he's going, and it works. Like the double attack can really work, you know. I mean, you see the same thing. I mean, I would say that Paul Butterfield Band picked up on that. You know, it's not an ironclad law that only one guy stands way in front and plays a million notes, and the other guys like go back and do very little. That works, and it's okay, but they had a more robust, flexible way of looking at that to me. But he had great dynamics. When he played these chords, and then he went pretty damn loud. He was loud when he was standing in, you know, they were sort of doing a little dance. Like, I'm in front a little bit. Now you're in front a little bit. Like that. Not like this and that. So, anyway, one more, I'll just talk a bit more about this open E, and then we're going to go to standard tuning. I Ain't Got You, this open E tuning really fits. So the point of open tunings mostly, I mean, the advantage of open tunings is it makes life easier. And really, playing this lick is pretty easy. Sometimes I hear this in there, doo-doo, which is 13th fret, 15th fret on the A string, 13th fret on the D string. There's your 6th chord. But I ain't got you. You just got to use your 2nd finger and bend it up. Or you might hear. Either way, you sometimes usually hear this. I got a cabin and a liquor store. And then you can play your lump like that, right? So, anyway, like even when during the harp solo, when they finally bust out of that, you know, Jody's going, you know. He takes that, that's great. That's the, if you're at F here on the 13th fret, that's 15 and 16. And he really vibratos the heck out of it. So mostly it is he's another guy. Mostly when he does the bends, he doesn't do this. Because remember, we're getting to there once we get to Luther Allison and so on. Back in the 50s, it was more, they didn't kill it, they just cried it. But then he played some real good vibrato like at the end to sort of wrap everything up. That's going back to Don't Stay Out All Night. So anyway, I'm going to leave the open tuning now and go back to, I'm going to go to drop D and just do a hair of like the ultimate Strat sound. It sounds like the ultimate Strat sound to me. Or maybe he has like a Mustang or something. Syl Johnson on No, 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 No. And then I'm going to let you go because there's so many great songs. So I'm going to standard tuning with a drop D. And I love the whole thing about No, 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 No. I mean, they really are like teeny bopper songs. I mean, the lyrics are pretty, I mean, it looks like something a high school kid wrote in his notebook, you know? You know, when he's supposed to be paying attention in class, you know? It's definitely like teeny bopper blues. It starts out with this cool so then he's playing a lump on the low drop D thing, which is always cool. So let's try that. Then they just go ahead and change. It's an irregular count there. A. And then that was the end of that guitar part. So I guess I'll go over that. That's just a D ninth. You could try a little thing where you hit it hard, then back off and come at you a little bit. change, you just do this, right? Instead of this, you go. Notice how I'm doing this thing? Otherwise, you have this, right? That's okay, but it doesn't have the drive. It doesn't have the drive that this has. So you want to make a lot of noise and then cut it back by either like releasing here or that was all out of my left hand, the choke, or get a good choke out of here. It doesn't really matter. Use both. You know, just choke it up to give it the drive. Now, when you go to A, you have to use your back to standard tuning. That's just 3rd fret and open D. You're gonna hit the G string. It's wrong, but it sounds good. And then we get like the greatest rhythm part ever. And I'm gonna, I wish I had a Strat for this. Just don't have it handy right now because this Strat tone is just freaking something else. So, okay, so I'm coming back to this rhythm part because I didn't like my first go around on it. It's a lot like You're So Fine that Louis Myers plays with Little Walter. It's just basically like you have the middle of the D chord. It's like a lump, you know, in the middle of the guitar here. That's 12, 11, 10, and then 12, 12, 12. But it's a lot wilder than that with a lot more variations. And it's just, he's just taken that and set it on fire. Like he tends to work in threes, like, see, the third one is the whole deal, the whole top 4 strings of your D bar chord here, right? Or this. It's kind of sing-songy the way the lyric is sing-songy. No, 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 no. You know, da 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 da. So. One more time. And those were kind of his 2 turnarounds. He started like this. The raise 5, top of the 9th chord, raise 5 to the 5, and then he sort of simmered down to like. And then that sort of set him up for the solo pretty well, didn't it? So it's just fun to go. And then a bop, ba, ba, da, da, you know. Well, you get the notion. So the way he plays it just drives me insane. It's so great. I think I need a little less treble. Try it again. He never plays it exactly the same way twice. Now he'll sort of. Okay. let him have it, you know. It's licks, you know, but it's certainly got some verve. I went ahead and switched down to the bridge pickup to make it even more cutting. And then it's got the greatest ending where it goes to the 5-4-1, 5-4-1. Give me love or nothing. Now's the time to start. And then he has this incredible use of the open strings. And when it's done in the heat of the moment, it's just like pretty devastating. I mean, it just has that like adrenaline to it, you know? So that's just the tip of the iceberg of how awesome. And I didn't try to do that solo totally note for note, but it was real close. And I'm also assuming like a pretty good idea of basically how to play lead guitar. I mean, he's not reinventing the wheel. I guess maybe he is sort of inventing the wheel here with these kind of fiery electric leads. He's kind of one of the first. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed looking at these Billy Boy things. I'm going to have to do a Billy Boy part 2 of all the other great songs. Like there's some amazing stuff on She Fooled Me, I Was Fooled. And there's, when I listen to that, it says it's Jody Williams. It sounds like somebody in standard tuning. I just don't see how. We'll come back to that one because there's some tremendous stuff in there. But I could talk all day about Billy Boy Arnold and all the great guitar parts. And I hope that I may either open the door for it or got you to maybe come back and look at it again, especially since today is Sunday, Billy Boy Arnold Day, first one ever. How cool. So if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your guitar playing friends about it. Join me on Patreon for weekly chats. And keep picking. Thanks a lot. See you next time.